What's going on, YouTube? R to the double E dash to the ZON, coming at you once again, and I'm coming at you with a couple different things, man. We're gonna talk video games like always. I'm also gonna give my reaction. It's not gonna be an in-depth review or nothing, but just my reaction, my thoughts on Mortal Kombat the movie. The last video that I gave was basically getting hyped on the way home to watch the movie on launch day last week, literally a week ago, 7 days ago. But yeah, man. I guess we'll start with the movie first. Mortal Kombat, the movie, my thoughts, my reaction, it was fucking amazing. It was fucking amazing. It was everything I, as a fan, wanted. Again, pardon the voice, kind of hoarse, getting over a cold. But yeah, it was everything I wanted, man. They did absolutely everything I fucking wanted. Everything from the characters and their presentation, how they were, their wardrobe, their costumes, how they looked, how they acted, how they spoke, the way they delivered their lines. The martial arts action was just off the chain. I wanted more of it, as a matter of fact. If I had one complaint about the movie, I would say that just the only complaint I have is that it's shorter than I would like. It's an hour and 40 minutes maybe. It's really an hour and 50, but the credits are like 10 minutes of that. It's an hour and 40. It could have easily been 2 hours and 15 minutes. Easy. And I would have loved it. And it would have benefited from it. But, I know how it is in this day and age. A lot of studios are always like, keep it under 2 hours, this and that, whatever. Really, that's the only complaint I have. Everything, bro. The story was exactly what you wanted it to be. One thing that was surprising to me that I didn't pick up on until like halfway through the movie, I was like, oh shit, is the fact that you didn't get the tournament in this movie. Which basically the reason for that is from everything I can gather and everything I've looked up and I've researched, Joe Taslim, the guy who plays SubZero, who just does a fucking phenomenal job as SubZero, he signed on for, I think it's 4 total movies, including this one. I heard something about he signed on for 3 more movies, so I'm thinking they're trying to make basically a quadrilogy, basically. So this is the beginning chapter. This is the setup for this world and this universe, and establishing the rules and all that. So the story was what it needed to be. It was, the tournament's coming up, and Shang Tsung is sending his, SubZero and the rest of his warriors to kill off Earth's champions before the tournament, so that there will be no tournament and Earth will have to forfeit. And there's your 10th tournament, because as we all know, Outworld has 9 victories in a row. A 10th would guarantee that they can assume control of Earth. So that's the whole story, and it does this phenomenally, bro. I mean, SubZero is so fucking amazing in this movie. From the very opening, where you have the, in 1617, the whole war and the whole rivalry, the setup and the origin of the rivalry between Bi-Han and Hanzo Hasashi, the Shirai Ryu and the Lin Kuei. That opening is so fucking awesome. It is such a good opening. The fight is epic. It's also brutal. Bi-Han killing, Scorpion's entire clan is one thing, but killing his wife and his his firstborn son. And when he finds them, and it's the wife is she's sitting up but kind of like hunched over, holding the kid, like trying to protect them, and they're both frozen, and there's a giant like frozen spike going through them. Oh my god, that was horrible, dude. So it made you feel for him right away. I mean, you guys know me, I'm a SubZero fan. SubZero's my dude, man. So I've always been like, not like fuck Scorpion, because I like Scorpion too, but it's between the two of them, I'm always like, yo, SubZero's the man, Scorpion can bow down. I'm not one of those like Scorpion fans. But it made you feel for Scorpion immediately. I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. You want to see that resolution. You want to see him get his vengeance. Even as a SubZero fan, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna get him. But it's so sick, bro, because right there they have their fight, they're one-on-one, and Bi-Han just beats the shit out of him. Like one-on-one. I've always said it, and I've always seen it from every piece of source material on the matter in Mortal Kombat lore. SubZero was always a more well-rounded and more skilled fighter than Scorpion was, all around. Scorpion maybe he's stronger, maybe he's more aggressive, but SubZero is the one that he's got more skill, and it's evident in this showdown, because he just fucking, it's one-on-one. Neither one of them is at a disadvantage, and he kills Hanzo fairly easily. I mean, it's a good fight, but when it comes down to it, he stabs Hanzo with his own spear, basically guts him. He fucking stabs him and pulls it up through his through his stomach, and then stabs him again in the back of the shoulder. and then just fucking kills him. You know, and it's fucking crazy. But the opening was amazing. It set the stage, it set the tone immediately, letting you know, hey, this is going to be a bloody, aggressive, no fucks given, no holding back Mortal Kombat. Then we got introduced to Cole Young. I liked his character, dude. I had no problem with it. He was you know, adequate. You got introduced, you know, to Jax and Sonya and Kano and all that. Kano is, everybody says it. It's funny because everybody's like, I can't believe how much I liked Kano in this movie, and I can't believe, I was never surprised. I knew I was gonna love Kano from the fucking trailer when he rips out what ends up being, you know, spoilers for anybody who, you know, anybody who's watching this video who hasn't seen the movie yet. I don't know why you haven't seen it. It's on HBO Max, but spoilers, so you're warned. When he rips out what ends up being Reptile's heart in the trailer and looks at it and says, "You fucking beauty," I was like, okay, I'm gonna love Kano. I already know from there, because they're sticking to the Aussie, you know, 95-ish Kano that we have in the games. Right away, I was like, he's gonna be vulgar, he's gonna be comedic, he's gonna be a dick, and he is. So it was awesome. But yeah, so then, you know, like I said, the characters are awesome, the story's awesome, the martial arts is awesome. Notable scenes, notable moments, big moments in the movie, like Kung Lao, bro. Let me just say this: Kung Lao is amazing in this movie. He is a bad motherfucker. Everything from his stance, his profile, his persona, the way he uses the hat, the way he moves, fucking incredible. And you know, it was just awesome to see Kung Lao in an actual movie, and he was so good, bro. Then to see him die, oh my god, that hurt my heart, dude. It hurt my heart, but I understand why they did it. It's a story driving decision, because it's going to ensure that Liu Kang has a personal reason, not just the save the earth reason, but a personal reason for killing Shang Tsung in the next movie when they have the tournament. It's going to drive that narrative. But yeah, bro, like like Shang Tsung in this movie was awesome. Nobody is Kerry Tagawa, okay? Nobody's gonna match Kerry Tagawa from '95. The same way that nobody's gonna match Robert Englund as Freddy. Jackie Earle Haley was a great Freddy in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, but he's not Robert Englund. Same thing here. I forget his name, but the guy who plays Shang Tsung in this movie is great. He's just not Kerry Tagawa, but he's great. He's menacing. He's scary. He's powerful. His presence is there. The voice, everything. But man, when Kung Lao threw the hat at Shang Tsung, and Shang Tsung just went like this and dodged it without even moving and just looked at him and said, "You're beneath me," I was like, oh, this is bad. And when he grabs, he like force grabs Kung Lao, drags him over to him and grabs him by the throat. I was, you know, from the moment I saw Shang Tsung in this movie, I was like, yo, we need to have a soul steal. Someone's soul needs to get taken. I am gonna be, that would have been a legitimate gripe for me. If Shang Tsung did not steal somebody's soul, I was gonna be legitimately pissed off. Give me a second, because I'm kind of stuffed up. There we go. Sorry about that, I got allergies. I was gonna be legitimately pissed off if Shang Tsung did not steal someone's soul. The minute he grabbed Kung Lao, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Not him! Not him!" He fucking did. Bro, but it was epic, bro. He just sucked it out and it went down his mouth and everything. And you see Kung Lao's face getting like, turning like skeletal and decomposed and all that. And then he just drops the body. And it's just sad too, because at that moment while that's happening, Raiden takes all the combatants, all Earth's champions there, and teleports them away to safety. And as he's teleporting Liu Kang and Cole away, Kung Lao's hat comes flying back to Liu Kang, and he catches it, and then they disappear in the void. And in the void, you know, you see Liu Kang all like sad, and he's holding Kung Lao's hat, and I'm like, fuck, bro. But it was awesome. It was a great scene. You know, the final battle with Scorpion and SubZero was great. I will say, like my son and even my ex-wife, because we had talked about it yesterday when I was picking up my son, she was like, no, yeah, it was great. I just wish that fight at the end was longer. I can agree with that. I think they could have done more. But it was still great. Don't get me wrong. It was epic. If you hear that little pitter-patter sound, it's raining, you know, on the windshield. But yeah, man, they could have done more there, but it still was awesome. And, you know, all the beats, you know, Scorpion hitting SubZero with the spear, get over here, and SubZero fucking forming the ice wall and throwing Scorpion through it after he froze his own blood and stabbed him with it. SubZero in this movie does pretty much every single movie he's ever had in all the games. Every fucking movie except the slide. He didn't do the slide, but he did the ice, you know, throwing the ice. He did the ice sword. He did freezing somebody's blood and turning it into a spike and stabbing him with it. He did the ice wall and throwing him through it. He did the ground freeze where he basically scraped his sword on the ground and the ice went, you know, through the ground and it got Scorpion by the legs and froze his legs and got him, you know, basically immobilized him. He did every move, every fucking move I could think of. He did, you know, an ice spike coming out of his hand. Awesome, awesome. And there was a very horror movie villain, you know, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers type of vibe to SubZero in this movie, especially certain scenes, like the scene where he confronts Jax. You know, he stops him in an alley, and then, you know, they're trying to run away from him, and they're coming on a, you know, an SUV, and they're turning into an alley, and they see him there waiting for them, though. Like, he just, all of a sudden, he was there, even though they were running from him. And then, you know, kind of like the killers in the horror movies, they seem to teleport. You know, he was there. They get off the car, and then he tells Cole to take his family to safety, and Jax goes with his gun to go fucking get SubZero, and SubZero's looking at him, and he just walks into this warehouse, and all the steam and all the cold air follows him, and he just disappears. It's very, 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 like, Freddy Krueger. Like, I love it. He was brutal, man. When he took Jax's arms, like, that was bad enough, but then he just basically shoves him off the edge of this, they're like on the second or third story, and there's a big hole on the floor, and he basically just shoves him, and he falls through the hole and slams his face and his chest off the side of the wall as he's falling down, because he's got no arms to stop himself. Oh, it's fucking brutal. Yeah, man, it was just good, man. It was just perfectly done, bro. I've seen a lot of, you know, quote-unquote Mortal Kombat fans out there basically, you know, shitting on the movie, saying, oh, it was too rushed, oh, Melina didn't get enough time, da-da-da-da, all these bullshit complaints. And I'm like, this is the same shit I was talking about in the last video, and what I've been talking about for years. Film snobs, game snobs, like fucking people who you wonder why the fuck they go see the movie, or why the fuck they play the game, because you know that they're just gonna nitpick every little thing and then just shit on the game. And it's like, yo, why did you even play it? Why did you even go watch the movie? If that's gonna be your reaction, and you know that's gonna be your reaction, because that's how you are, you know, about everything. That shit is so annoying. They're like, oh, the story wasn't that well developed. The story was exactly what it needed to be. The tournament's coming. Shang Tsung wants to make sure that Earth doesn't even make it to the tournament, so they automatically forfeit and win. That's the story. It's a setup for the tournament. It's a setup for this entire universe. What do you want? You know? Oh, Melina didn't get enough time. Melina's look, first of all, Melina's look was perfectly fine. Okay, it wasn't the same look as in the game, but let's be real. The way she looks in the game, it's kind of hard to make look realistic, okay? Here, they did it perfectly, okay? It's just like you never saw the Joker look like Heath Ledger before Heath Ledger did it, with the freaking scars. You didn't see that before that. Now, it's the standard look, okay? Oh, she didn't have enough time, da-da-da-da. Bro, I know there's a lot of Melina fans out there. Melina is a fan favorite, but within the confines of the story, she is not a primary character. She's not. She's not on the level of importance as the Kitana. She's not on the level of importance as the original 7, you know, Kano, Liu Kang, Raiden, Scorpion, SubZero, Sonya, Johnny Cage. She's not on that level. So she had just enough time. She was there. She did some badass moves. She had some badass moments, and then she got killed. That's it. You know? You know, it's just like, it's funny. It's just like the same mentality people have with The Last Jedi. I went and saw The Last Jedi the day it released. I was drunk out of my mind when I saw it. And I was pissed and I hated it. And then I thought about it more and more. I'm like, why did I hate it so much? Well, because they didn't do what I expected them to do. Okay, well, who the fuck am I? I'm a fan. Just because I'm a fan of something doesn't make it mine. It belongs to the creators. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. When I went again and watched it sober, I was like, you know what? It's nothing like what I expected, but it's actually a very good fucking movie, because it's one of the few Star Wars movies that does something new, that doesn't rinse and repeat the same old formula. You know, they did a lot of the shit that we've seen in Star Wars comics, Star Wars video games, Star Wars expanded universe stuff that we've always wanted to see in the movies. They did it. You know, and then people are hating on it. Why? Well, because people always think that they could do it better. And it's like, yo, if that's the fact, then why are you not a filmmaker? Why are you a film critic and not a filmmaker? Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is. That's all I see with these fans, you know, these extreme fans that are saying the movie shit. The movie was fucking phenomenal. It did everything us Mortal Kombat fans have been waiting for in a movie. It was great. After that, we have, in the world of video games, man, Second Extinction came out on Game Pass and through Game Preview. And I guess the way that works is it's kind of like a beta. You know, it's the beginning parts of the game, and you can play multiplayer, you can play single player, whatever, and you get to see what the game is about. But it's not the final version of the game. They're taking your input and your data, and then they're going to continue to build on the game. But it is available on Game Pass, and it is available to purchase for $25 through Game Preview. But it tells you, goes, do not purchase this unless you're confident and comfortable with the current state of the game. It's going to change. It's going to get better. But don't pay the $25 and buy it unless you're good with what's already here. You You know, I don't have to worry about that. I have Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. I played a couple hours of it the other night. I really liked it, dude. I thought it was really good. It's I don't want to say it's hard, because it's not that it's hard. It is a game that's designed with squads in mind. You're supposed to play with 2 other people. So if you go at this alone, keep in mind you're gonna get your ass killed fairly easily, because it's a game designed for taking on 3 people, not 1. So, but the dinosaurs are awesome. The raptors, there's these like rock raptors that, because the dinosaurs are mutated. So you got these raptors that are like, their bodies are like made, they have like rock armor. And you know, like if you like melee hit them with your gun, you break that armor, and then you can really shoot them. Then you got just the regular mutated raptors with the fucking quills and all that. They look amazing. What else? We got there was ankylosauruses. There was fucking this massive mutated triceratops. I mean, it's awesome. The graphics are beautiful. The sound of that game is really good. I played it with headphones on, and it's like you can hear every like footstep when you're walking through snow or through dirt or through grass. You can hear the distinct sounds under your feet. You know, from, you know, what direction the animals are coming from and shit. It's really good, man. I enjoyed it. I look forward to playing more of it. What else, man? It was Second Extinction, and there was something else I downloaded. Oh, a bunch of games. A bunch of games on Xbox got, you know, FPS boost and HDR added to them now. So, like, for example, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I re-downloaded it through EA Play. That game is stunningly gorgeous at 4K 60 on my TV. But if you turn on the FPS boost, it goes up to 120 frames per second. The resolution drops to about, from what I read, about like 1000p or maybe 1080 around there. So it drops from 4K, but it still looks gorgeous, and it's so fucking smooth at 120 frames per second. That was just one of the games. There's like 7 or 8 games, if I'm not mistaken, that got FPS boost added to them. Some of them, the resolution doesn't drop. Some of them stay at 4K and then just go to 120 frames. But Star Wars Battlefront 2 is one of them where the resolution kind of drops to accommodate for the, or to allow the 120 frames per second. So that was awesome. I enjoyed my time in Star Wars Battlefront 2. I went back into it, started playing multiplayer matches, and was just loving it, dude. We're loving that shit, dude. It's just such a good game. Now that it's, you know, been fixed and all that. What else did I get? So yeah, Second Extinction was great. Battlefront 2 with FPS boost added is awesome. I've been spending a lot of time in Forza Horizons 4. I mean, I love that fucking game. Just trying to discover all the hidden cars, because, you know, there's these barns that are like hidden throughout the open world. Like, it'll tell you in this area there's a barn, but you got to find it. And so you go off-road and shit and find them, and I'm finding all these awesome cars locked away in these barns, and then they get added to your garage. What else have I been playing, man? My Series X, bro, I've just been going crazy on that. I actually got back into my Switch with Astral Chain. I'm trying to beat that game. I never played through it. I played like maybe like a quarter of the way, and I just got bored. But I said, fuck it, let me go back and play. I'm enjoying it, dude. I really am. It's a good action game. Good action game. Playing through that. Because now I'm in a part of the game where it's a lot more action happening, you know, a lot more combat. Whereas before I was more in the police sections where it's like you're looking for clues and you're helping people, little side quests and all. I'm like, dude, I want to get to the action. And now I'm there, and it's fucking pretty fucking good. Fuck, I gotta get over it. Let me speed up. But yeah, man, so it's basically been Series X and Game Pass this whole time, loving it, and jumping back into the Switch as well. Trying to think of any other announcements I've seen or heard in the gaming world as of late. I can't really think of any, but yeah, man. Battlefront 2, Second Extinction, Forza Horizons 4, Master Chief Collection, bro. Okay, so I started playing. Okay, I've been playing Master Chief Collection multiplayer like nonstop. It's addicting as fuck, and I'm loving it. Of course, you got the toxic fan base, you know, that, you know, you'll play a multiplayer game, and then, you know, you'll get a message from somebody, and you'll think, oh shit, it's a friend request, or somebody wants to link up, and it's like, oh, holy shit, bro, you're trash. It's like, fuck you, motherfucker, who asked you? You know, so that's there. You got to deal with that. It's funny, because I remember when I said I want to jump into the Xbox ecosystem about a year and a half ago, one of the things I was looking forward to was more online gaming and, you know, headset and voice chat and all that, and now it's like I can't find anybody who's decent. Everybody's a bunch of assholes, so it's like, whatever. But I guess that's always been there. But yeah, the multiplayer is awesome. But I said, oh, you know what? I want to start playing through the Halo series to get ready for Halo Infinite. Okay, I played through the original Halos, but it was so long ago on the original Xbox that I don't really remember much of the story. And I remember playing a lot of Halo 2, but mostly multiplayer. I never played 3, 4, none of that shit. So I said, let me start from the beginning. So I start playing through Halo Combat Evolved. And immediately, I'm looking at the game as I'm playing, and I'm like, there is no fucking way the game looked this good on the original Xbox. Turns out it's Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. It is a remaster. That's awesome in and of itself. It looks beautiful. But the fucking kicker is this. I never seen a game do this. I've seen a game that you play, like for example, Dragon Quest 11 or whatever it is. I know it lets you play the new version that we have now, and then it lets you play a 16-bit version. But you got to pick that. I don't think you can go back and forth throughout the game. Okay, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary allows me to go back to the original Xbox look and shaders on the fly just by pressing a button. So as I'm going through a level, I can literally press a button and it'll go back to the original Xbox graphics. And I'm like, wow, look at this is the way the level looks back in the day. Click, and this is how it looks now with the remaster. Right then and there as you're playing seamlessly. It doesn't stop the game. It doesn't take you to a menu and then come back. No, it's right there on the fly. You can go back and forth, back and forth. That's fucking crazy. But as far as that, I'm playing, of course, I'm playing it remastered. The new graphics are just beautiful. But I like going back every once in a while, seeing what the level looked like back then and seeing the improvements and all that. But I'm loving the game. I'm loving the story. I'm loving the single player campaign. I'm just going through that shit, trying to complete it so I can go on to Halo 2 and 3 and 4 and ODST and all that, and go through it so that I'm ready for Infinite story-wise. I know I'm gonna be ready for Infinite multiplayer-wise, so I have to just jump in and go crazy. But to understand the story and know what's going on and be ready for that single player campaign, I'm going through the whole series. So there's that. Man, there's just so much on Game Pass. Oh, I also downloaded Yakuza Remastered Collection, which is Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 all remastered. So I'm playing through the Yakuza 3 right now. I love that the Yakuza series. The thing about it is I gotta be in the mood to play it because there is a lot of dialogue. There is a lot of cutscenes. So you're sitting there watching for a long time. And like for example, I tried to play it the other day after I worked out. I was falling asleep because I was tired. I was drained from my workout, and I just wanted to get in there and play and get to the action. And it's like, oh, this cutscene and this cutscene, and I'm just like, oh shit. But the game actually is fun. The series is a good series, so I want to play through all 3 of those. Yeah, man, the Game Pass is just blowing up and blowing up, and you've heard the reports now that it's at over 23 million subscribers. Last time we heard about it was sometime in December, was at 18, so it gained 5 million subscribers. It's just growing and growing, man. Game Pass is taking over, and if you're not on Game Pass, whether or not you have an Xbox, if you're not on Game Pass and you're a gamer, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life. I really don't, because you can get on it and use your phone, you can get on it and use your PC, you can get on it and use an Xbox, you can do it a million different ways. But yeah, man. So yeah, man, that's basically it, man. Like I said, Mortal Kombat the movie was fucking phenomenal. If you're a real Mortal Kombat fan and not a fucking film snob, it's gonna be like, oh, I didn't like this and that and that and that. You know, you're gonna see that the movie delivered on everything that you wanted as a fan. Same thing with Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong. So many people are like, oh, it doesn't make sense. Godzilla kills everything that he beats, and then all of a sudden when he beats Kong, he doesn't kill him. Like, you're over analyzing it. You went to this movie to see the monsters fight, and that's what you saw, and it was awesome. So yeah, bro. Like I said, man, the movie was great. Gaming right now, man, I'm telling you, bro, every day, Game Pass. I'm just going in there. I'm constantly deleting and installing stuff because I'm playing through so much shit, bro. So, anyways, man, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Now I'm gonna enjoy my weekend, which started early because we left work early because we did inventory and then there was nothing to do. So, yeah, man. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Peace.